why the hell would I stream? Like, that's such a weird thing. Like, who streams? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, that is not what I pressed. That's code stream. No, 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 no. Alright. Let's do this. I should have written an introduction just so I actually knew where to start from, but whatever. Sue me. This right here is the biggest Sea of Thieves nut job. You might hear my chair creaking, actually, now I think about it. Anyway, yeah, this right here, this is the biggest Sea of Thieves nut job. Also, when I wrote this, I was listening to Libertango. So, yeah, go listen to that piece. It's an amazing piece of music. Yep. Anyway, now we're back. We're back in business after a tiny little interruption for me to go and light the campfire because I thought it would be cool. And to put an Easter egg. Anyway, so, basically, I like debating people online. I don't know, it's a bit weird, but sue me. I debate people in the Sea of Thieves space, especially, because, I don't know, I think there's a lot of misinformation there given. So I try my best to change that. Anyway, this argument is done under the Season 20 and a Raid Voyage Experiment Sea of Thieves Developer Update, April 15th, 2026. That video. So custom seas, you know, the raid voyages being removed for a season as an experiment, and other things. I haven't watched the video in a while, so I don't actually remember. But that's all that's important to this situation. So basically, we're gonna go through the comments, and I'm gonna show you why this guy turned out to be a fucking nut job. Marine Mike puts a comment. He puts like 12 comments, by the way, but this is the one I chose to actually respond to. Nobody wants more player sightings on the seas. Take a poll! And I jokingly respond, I want them. And then he goes, fake news. So I'm just thinking, you know, this guy might be a bit of a troll, responding like, just someone funny, whatever. So I decided to respond. So the Pirate Fantasy multiplayer sandbox game that was built for people to create and share stories does not want player interaction? And then, you know, he responds with, that's what Safer Seas Fleets is supposed to be for coming in a future update. Because right now you try rolling up on someone to be friendly and they just end up either sinking you on the spot or wait to betray you at the end of your voyage. You know what? That's unfortunate. If that's the experience if that's the experiences the guy has had, that's unfortunate. But I mean, that is also part of the game. Like, it's unfortunate that that seems to be the only things he can remember, but that is part of the game. It's Sea of Thieves, not Sea of Friends. And also, I completely disagree with the first part, because that is not what Safer Seas Fleet is supposed to be. Anyway, I respond with, I don't think you clocked the pirate part. I apologize if you've only had bad encounters, but to that extent, you are playing a pirate extraction type game. It is part of the game that players will fight you and try to trick you for your loot. So he responds with, like I said, nobody wants more of these toxic public servers. More betrayal and more fighting over scraps when you're just looking for some fun co-op adventures. Unless you enjoy bullying swabbies, if you actually want PvP, you can always run Hourglass anytime. I think I misread that. Anyway, hence why I said Safer Seas Fleets is the only future option that will actually allow this toxic community to finally work together. So I respond with, dog, you don't understand what this game is. I'm sorry, but that comment is so out of touch with everything. That's literally what this game is. It's not a treasure hunting tycoon. Now, also I ask if this is rage bait because I was worried it was, because, you know, it seems like it. Like, this seems like rage bait. Now, I know this game, you know, is a sandbox. You can do whatever you want, so it goes both ways. All my arguments, they go both ways. But I feel like this guy just made some very wrong statements, like implying that betrayal and PvP and it's not co-op. Everyone that enjoys PvP just likes bullying swabbies if they're not an Hourglass. And that the community is somehow toxic and Safer Seas Fleets is the only way to fix this. I mean, that's the implications I'm getting. And that's why, you know, I responded in this way. He responds with, "Brother, you are so misguided. Just because a bunch of trolls exist in a game doesn't mean that's how it was intended to be played. You have a choice to grief or not." Yeah, you have a choice. Now, I wouldn't say there's much griefing in Zot. The only real griefing, I'm going to echo something that Crud Goblin said, the only real griefing is open crew, you know, throwing firebombs, fucking with your own crew. That is the only griefing that really exists in this game. Because the rest of it, sort of advertised. Like, look through all the different game drop trailers. It is advertised there. Kegging people. Stealing their loot. Fuck, what else would it be? Lying to people. Alliances. That's all advertised. So it would be like... No, I can't think of a good example. It'd be like if someone advertised crack cocaine. But it was actually legal. That is a fucking horrible example. Oh, I stood up. Ah! Anyway, I'm sitting back down. So, back to what he says. Sea of Thieves is like Ark Raiders, except everyone in SOT is usually a rat, because of how toxic this community has been with streamers promoting this behavior. No, but sure, whatever. If the game was meant to just steal and kill, then they wouldn't have community events where they try to make you work together with other crews. If this game was just meant for that, for the opposite of that, they wouldn't have PvP events. Whatever. Like the Reaper runs, the early mercenary voyages. You go do that research on that. You're still not giving any retort to my previous posts. If someone wants PvP, they have Hourglass. So no need to force PvP outside of Hourglass by shoving everyone into the same area of the map. If the game was only meant for PvP, they wouldn't have made Safer Seas in the first place. Open your eyes, bozo. It's not what I said, but, you know, I think I'll make that clearer in my next responses. Yeah, no, that's not what I said, but, you know what, fair enough. Don't read what I said here, I was being a fucking idiot. And essentially, I say, tools not rules. Everyone has the option of doing everything. Sorry, I just hit my mic. Everyone has the option of doing everything. I don't have to go to Hourglass if I want PvP. I don't have to make friends with you indefinitely. I'm not toxic for sinking you in a pirate fantasy game. I'll retort whatever you... Sorry. I'll retort what you said if you want. Genuinely, the game is about people interacting with other people. Do you need me to go and get a quote of that? Because I will. Go and watch the launch trailer... Sorry. Go and watch the launch trailer of this game. Tell me what you see. You see PvP. Now, I should have said you also see PvE and PvP, but I was trying to retort. Like, I thought it was implied that what I was saying was what I was saying. But you know what? Whatever. I also they added the Alliance flag as an option for pirates. They added the ability for on-demand PvP, like at the Arena or the Hourglass, or even Last Ship Standing, as an option for pirates. They added Safer Seas, and by extension, Safer Seas fleets, as an option for pirates. They added Tall Tales as an option for pirates. They added events as an option for pirates. Both PvP and PvE and whatever the else went in between, like sitting at different places, sitting in thrones. Is that even PvE? And then I finish it off by saying, I think we fundamentally disagree on what toxic is in Sea of Thieves. I also add a response, stories can be made through pirates shooting cannonballs at each other too. Have you ever watched Pirates of the Caribbean movies? You know, because like shooting cannons happens in that. Anyway, I disagree with Safer Seas fleets. It drove all my friends away from the game as they felt it lost its values. This is a true story. I'm not gonna go and ask them. I mean, I will if, you know, he really wants it. I'll make a fucking unlisted video for him. But it's true. I honestly couldn't care less. I honestly couldn't. I mean, I care to the extent that I think it's bad, but I couldn't really care beyond that. I'll debate you for it, because I think that's interesting, but don't think I'm over here crying about it. If you really want that, then get the fuck off High Seas and don't come back. But stop complaining that the game you willingly downloaded, knowingly of the fact that there were pirates who stole from one another in it, doesn't have your perfect loot goblin treasure farming simulator accessibilities. That's my take. I was a bit mean in there, but he was kind of annoying me. and it called me names, so I think it was a bit fair. Also, I'm looking at it, and I feel like maybe I'm a bit hypocritical in that, but it's YouTube. I'm not gonna be writing the perfect argument. And then he responds with, that wasn't his response. He responds with, again, you give no actual retort, so I don't even know why you bother responding. If you want PvP, there is Hourglass. PvP is not co-op. Fucking excuse me? You ever played anything other than solo PvP? The solo Hourglass? I mean, alliances, you know, staying at a Fort of the Damned, and a boat pulls up and they're like, guys, quickly, we gotta like work together to sink these guys because we can't do it alone. But like that's co-op. Am I wrong? Is that not co-op? Am I crazy? I must be crazy. Anything, whatever. Fuck it, whatever. Griefing and trolling is not community. Like I said, safer seas is the only way. It's a bit defeatist, but you know, sure, whatever. Even GTA has private lobbies or passive mode in public ones. I don't know anything about this. I've got to be honest, I never really played GTA. He might be right. But I feel like GTA isn't the best example of what Sea of Thieves should be. Because it's not really... Is it an extraction shooter? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. He might be right. Although I wouldn't like some of the other things in GTA to come to Sea of Thieves, if I'm going to be deathly honest. All of your friends leaving the game just because the devs added a feature they would never use, I'm just gonna say that's what he said, is such a made-up garbage response. Ha 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 ha! Sounds like you just want to bully people that don't want PvP. It's not bullying, it's part of the game. It's in the game title. Oh, fuck. Ark Raiders. No, that's not a good example. What's a good game? Minecraft. That's like getting angry. It's like saying I'm getting angry. Or it's like you getting angry that there's mining and crafting in that fucking game. Like, what? Whatever. I'm not. I'm getting more annoyed at this guy misquoting and misunderstanding me, but whatever, whatever. Otherwise, you would just let them play how they want while you slay in Hourglass. But you don't want a fair fight, lol. Okay, just gonna give some context, because I don't think there's any proof on this YouTube channel. But the amount of times me and the people I play with have to go up against multiple boats at the same time, that's kind of unfair. I remember one time on a sloop, me and Lockie, we had to go up against a burning blade, a brig, and a sloop. They were all working together because the two other boats had been convinced by the burning blade to sink us. We spent an hour fighting and lost. But I was all for the fight. I was annoyed. Don't get me wrong, I was tilted. But I was all for the fight because it was a fun fight. I mean, we every single time we got close to sinking the burning blade or sinking any boat, they'd shoot everyone over. It sucks. But, yeah, it was fun. It was unfair. I have fond memories of it, even though at the time I was tilted. It was fun. It was also, like, good practice. Very good practice. Anyway, I respond with, dog, what the fuck are you saying? How the fuck else do you want me to retort? That's a genuine question. What does he want me to say as a retort? Like, do I have to, like, do, like, simple, like, premise 1, premise 2, implied premises, conclusion? Like, whatever. Then he responds with, you're just further proving my point. You're saying the game is meant for PvP only. Never said that. While also saying they add alliances and PvE features. You have no idea what you're even arguing for anymore, bozo. You just like arguing. Ha 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 ha! And yes, sinking someone outside of Hourglass is toxic in Sea of Thieves. Just like being a rat in Ark is toxic. Just because you're allowed to do it doesn't mean you're not toxic for doing it. So I'm just gonna do my response. I never said PvP only. I said player interactions. That doesn't mean PvP. Oh my fucking god. Ha ha ha. I did the ha 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 because he had done it. And because I wanted to get revenge. Even though I cringe at it now. And then I respond with, if it's toxic, why was it shown in the E3 2017 game trailer? Everything in Sea of Thieves gives you agency and freedom of choice. If the developers didn't intend nor want us to attack each other, high seas would not still be a thing. It wouldn't have been a thing ever. I don't think I ever said only PvP. And I think by implying that, or by saying that they added alliances and PvE features, and somehow he thinks I said PvP only, I think that would imply either that I'm a moron, which I think is what he took away, or that I'm saying it has both. Because in the retort, I thought it was given information. Whatever. And no, sinking someone outside of Hourglass, what the fuck are you talking about? That was like, when was Hourglass added? 2022? Or was it 2023? I think it was late 2022 into 2023. What the fuck? Are you saying every single sink that happened before then, outside of Arena, was toxic? Excuse me? What the fuck are you talking about? What? No! No! I'm sorry, but no! You could not like it. The same way I don't like people running, but that doesn't make it toxic. It might be damaging to your playstyle. Go and play Safer Seas then! That's the first section. Oh, actually, well, technically it's the second section. Because the bit where I said biggest nut job. Whatever. Anyway, on to the next bit. Basically, what's happened that made me realize this guy's a nut job and not just some guy that I feel like has a bit of a misinformed opinion. He goes to my YouTube channel. The only logical thing someone could do in that scenario, when they're having an argument with someone, is to go to their YouTube channel. We're gonna go to the weird interactions he had. So I'm gonna show an image of pretty much, like, I just realized it was happening. Because I finished dinner and I went to see if he'd replied to me. Because, I don't know, I like doing it. Whatever. I gotta get offline. I gotta get it offline more. But, like, whatever. So as you can see, pretty fresh responses on two of my... One glitch video and one video where I'm making fun of someone for being obviously a fake double gold. But whatever. Anyway, let's look at his responses. So, on the someone with fake double gold, all you gotta do is download the mod menu for the Skelly Curse. Everyone has the hack these days, so nothing impressive. Ha 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 ha. What? We're back. Technical difficulties over. So, you know, what a response. What a response. Now, what did I end up saying in response to that? Oh no, I might not have responded to that one, because it's like, what the fuck kind of comment is that? No one in that video had the Skeleton Curse. And this is also on console servers, just a preference, like I should preface that everything I do is mainly on console servers, because, I mean, that's where I have a lot of my friends. And they don't want to go to PC, for whatever reason. I don't really mind. I mean, I'll get slammed on PC, but I'm fine with it. I'm a grown man, I can take it. Anyway. Most random fucking comment. But whatever. We move on. I think I'm going to show the video. Oh, I mean, you can find it. I'll just link it in the description, too. The harpoon gun, the glitch video. So his response on a just nothing glitch that I found that I just thought was kind of funny was, lol, of course you're a fanboy, that's why you're defending the game so hard in comments. Maybe if you weren't a troll toxic griefer, spelt wrong, you would have more subscribers. Ha 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 ha. Fuck you. Also, I'm not really defending the game. I was originally just saying I want to see more players on the seas. That was all I was originally saying. And, you know, my response is, dog, this is a glitch video. Calm down. There is nothing toxic I did in this video. There is toxic things I did in that server, which is my most recent video. But nothing happened in this video. So his response to, you know, my response is, yeah, that's what all the greats do. Show everyone how to abuse glitches. Ha 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 ha. I might include a clip. I'm not sure if I'll do it. I might include a clip of the glitch. It's just me bobbing up and down on the boat, like just jittering. It's literally nothing of consequence. That is my least consequential glitch I think I've ever found in the game. You know, I respond going, did you watch it? It's a goofy glitch where I'm falling but not falling. Literally nothing of consequence. I also, I formatted this really badly, but I may as well include it because it's kind of funny. On just some random short where I hit at the time what I thought was a cool shot on a skeleton, like, you know, quick flick and shoot. Kind of hard on control. I didn't even realize he was there. I was just being silly, and I hit it. And it's video going like, oh, it's relatable. Whenever you hit a really cool shot, but it's on a skeleton, so now it's inherently useless. His comment on this video was, "That'll happen with auto aim hacks." So I responded, "You can't be serious right now." So he might not realize it, but by saying that's what will happen with auto aim hacks, he's implying that I have them. Like, am I being crazy? Is that not what he's implying? So I think now I'm gonna show a video of he disliked every single one of my videos. Every single one. I didn't check shorts because I didn't actually at the time sort of realize that shorts and videos and whatever, they're differentiated on YouTube Studio. But yeah, play the video. Alright, video over. Yeah, so basically I call him out on it. I say, and you call me a bozo. You hate watch all of my videos, dislike every single one, except for like 3, and they were privated, so no shit, you couldn't dislike them. We also didn't find a couple of the unlisted ones, so clearly he's not a big, you know, hater. You leave weird as fuck comments on my content. Dog, you're not a real Marine if you're acting like this over a YouTube comment section. Debate. And then, you know, P.S. Stop liking your own comments. Oh, fuck, I used the wrong your. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. Stop liking your own comments. This isn't Reddit. Also, as you can see, I'm not liking my own comments. And if you go back in this video, you will see that he has liked every single one of his own comments. Considering that most of these have like 1 minute and they've got 1 like, and I wonder where that came from. Anyway. His response to that was, lol, I didn't hate watch anything, bozo. Just make better content if you don't want dislikes. My one and only question to this, because it's the most obvious fucking lie, but it's just a lie. If you didn't like what you watched, why did you go to every single video and make sure I knew that? Anyway, I think I'm going to show pictures of his content. He's a US Marine Corps veteran with a bachelor's degree in video game design. Marine Mike. Roblox, you know, map creator. You know, whatever. 4.46k subscribers. You know, that's respect. That's respect. You make content. You got a somewhat very popular YouTube video. I mean, it's just a trailer for your thing, but you know, as I put in the document, he has my full respect. If you're able to get views on this platform, if you're able to get views on this platform like that, then that's cool. I know my content isn't peak. I know that. I do this mostly for fun. However, you make trailers for a Roblox game. Anyone who watches this video, go and look. It isn't the highest quality. I have no issue with that, but I have an issue with you calling my content bad. You haven't uploaded in 2 years. You make Roblox content! Also, I think I'll include this one random comment that I just thought was kind of funny and weird and interesting, sort of. I'm not going to read it, but from what I can tell, he seems like he might be an actual veteran. I'm not too sure about it. It could be a fake video, but I think it is, because it's from 17 years ago, I think. Anyway, whatever. That's him. That's his channel. And that's him calling my channel horrible or bad or whatever he said. Go look back. His response, which is an old response, which we're just going to quickly go over, and then we'll go back. Being forced closer to other players is not giving us agency. It's pushing 2 dogs towards each other, encouraging them to fight. And just because a game gives you the option to be toxic doesn't mean it's not toxic when you do it, just because it's in the game. That's illogical thinking. But when it's pushed so heavily, like Sea of Thieves, meh, I feel like it is. Also, it is on the game developers to either make a statement saying this is bad, and the game developers, not random YouTubers, no, saying this is bad, and to stop their players. Like, ultimately, I feel like it is on them. Like, it shouldn't be on the gamer. The gamer shouldn't get in trouble for doing something when they've been given the tools to do it. So, like obviously, in some games, like, using glitches and whatnot to, like, exploit and, like, take down servers, like, DDoSing. That's not what I mean. But, like, Sea of Thieves. Your boat has cannons on it. Lying is, like, in some of the trailers. Hiding, tucking, sinking people, alliancing, all of it is in the game trailers. That's my point. The only people that want more ships spawning near them are the ones with hacks that just want to bully swabbies rather than having a fair fight in Hourglass. Ha 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 ha! Sorry, I was just coughing because I smelled fucking bullshit. Anyway, no. And by proxy, what he's saying there is that I'm a hacker. But whatever. Sure, that might not be what he's saying. That's how it reads to me. No. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, no, that is not what anyone is. I want to fight people. I want to interact with people. Most of the time when I play, I just come over being chill. Like, if I'm solo, I'll come over being chill. And then maybe I'll betray him, maybe I won't. Who knows? Sorry if you can hear my body cracking or my chair cracking. Deal with it. Anyway. Yeah. Rather a fair fight in Hourglass. Hourglass can still be not fair if you don't have the same amount of supplies. Like, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. I don't actually give a shit about that. I think that's bullshit at times. But it is actually technically not fair. But just get more supplies. Yeah, sort of how it works. It's up to you to make it fair. I respond with, you disliked every single video. You must really hate me after I disagreed with you in essentially a public forum. And then me responding to what he said, this can't be for real. Are you seriously calling everyone who wants to PvP? And then this is a generalization, but it is also, he generalized a lot of shit I said. And by proxy, me, a console controller player, hackers. You seriously calling them all hackers? This has to be rage bait at this point. And I gave the laughing emoji because whatever, he'd been doing it. I wanted revenge. And then he said, nobody said all console players are hackers, bozo. I just said because you're on a console doesn't mean you can't hack with it. Stay in school, kids. Reading comprehension is important. Man, he misspelled so many things. Anyway, we're gonna do some foreshadowing here. The comment he left on my short about me having auto-aim hacks. Also, that doesn't really answer what I said. Not all console players are hackers. Yeah, that's not what I said. I said me, a console player. Are you calling me a hacker? And I know you can hack on console. But let's be fucking real. Look at my play. Look how I play. That is not hacking. I am not good. I'm medium. I'm medium rare. Like, I'm not that good. Anyway, I respond with, you literally said I have auto-aim hacks in your comment. That's why I asked if it was a misunderstanding. And then we go full circle, and he responds with fake news. And, you know, I finish it with, I love you, man. So, yeah. And he, you know, ceased all responses with me. After basically being called out and having no no fucking response he could give. He just said fake news. And yeah, that's where the story sort of ends. He removed all the dislikes from my videos. Almost. I think there's still a couple. I thought I'd make a video on this because it just seems so funny and fucking stupid to me. But, you know, it is what it is. Marine Mike, I hope you can find a better pastime than hate watching some random guy on YouTube. Santa, the Christmas spirit. Hope you can find a different, you know, pastime than that. But, whatever. This is just gonna be some random... Whenever I decide to upload this, I will. Yeah. Yeah, okay, bye. That's my rant. That's That's me done for the day. And let me just set that off. Wow. Blam. Bloom. Wait, where's the sun? There's the sun.